Namaskar children. Today economic second chapter, people as resource. In this chapter it is an effort to explain population as an asset for the economy rather than a liability. Its meaning is that we can make the population as an asset rather than the liability for the economy. Asset means what? Property. Liability means what? Legally responsible to do something is called as liability. And how we can make people as a resource? We can make people as a resource. It is a way of referring to a country's working people in terms of their existing productive skills and abilities. Its meaning is that we can make the people as a resource to the country to make the working people to produce the goods and things by using their skills and abilities. But actually, the people can see that large population means it is a negative aspect. Why it is a negative aspect of possessing large population? Because the government need to provide food, education and health facilities more to the large population. But we can make large population also into a positive aspect by making some investment. The people can make into human capital by making some investment through education, training, medical care, and how we are making in the physical capital and working capital and fixed capital. Like that also we can make the human beings into human capital also. Not only to the more educated and healthier people gain through higher income, society also gains in another indirect ways, because the advantages of a more educated or healthier population spreads to those also who themselves were not only directly educated or given health care. So investment in the human capital, and by making investment in the human capital is more important for the country's economy, and human capital is the superior to other resources as they can make use of other resources also. And if you invest in the human resources, and these human capital can give high rates of return in the future. So that is why by educated parents they are educating their child by investing more on the education of their child. If you see in this picture the conversation between two students, and the girl is asking what is human resource, is it like a land or labor, but the boy is saying it is more than that. Again the girl is asking what is human capital, is it like rupee, pice or dollar, it is more than that. It means that human capital is superior than the other capitals. If there is no human being, the machine cannot work by itself, because the machine can be operated by the human beings only. So factors of production, as we studied that land, labor, capital, that labor means here what? Human resource only. So human resource is the superior comparing to all the resources. These are the some of the examples of human capital, like doctor, teacher and tailor. Like that we can see the different pictures. And next picture is that this is the story of two persons, Vilas and Sakal. And by making investment in the human capital like education and health, they can give high rates of return in the future. And this investment is same as investment in land and capital also. In fact, human capital is superior to other resources, so that by the human capital only we can make use of land and the capital. Land and capital cannot become useful on its own without human capital. Now let us take an example of Sakal and Vilas to understand it clearly. This is what a story of Sakal. And the story of Sakal, there are two friends. The two friends are called as Vilas and Sakal, living in the same village called as Semapur. Two friends are living in a village. Though both of them are belong to the same village called as Semapur. And Sakal was a 12 years old boy, and Sakal mother was Sheila. and Sheila is looking as domestic chores, means she will do the household work. And his father was Bhutta Chaudhary, and he is working in an agricultural field. And Sakal also helped his mother in the domestic chores. Domestic chore means household work. And this Sakal is having one younger brother called Jitu, and he is having one sister Situ. And Sakal is having one uncle called as Shyam. He passed matriculation examination. Children, remember, matriculation examination means olden days 10th class. Now we are calling 10th, in olden days called as matriculation examination. And but the Sham passed matriculation examination also. He is not doing any job. Simply he is sitting idle in the house. Idle in the house means not doing any job. And but the Sakal's parents want to make his son educate. Bhutta and Sheila also. They want to make his child to get education. So that is why they forced the Sakal to join in the village school. Later on he joined in the village school. After that, completing his education in the school, then he completed his higher secondary examination also. But still Sakal's father make him to go for further education. Then what happens? He took a loan for Sakal to study a vocational course in computers. And Sakal was a very merit student, and from the starting itself he was very interested in the studies. So with great vigor and enthusiasm means interest, he completed his course. After completing his computer course, he got a job in a private firm. Firm means factory. After he got a job in a private factory, there he designed a new kind of software. And this software, what happens? Helped him to increase the sale of the firm. Then afterwards, his boss was acknowledged his services and rewarded him with the promotion. He got a promotion. So by this example, what we can understand? As Sakal become an asset to his family because of his education, he got a job in a company so that he was able to support his family. So he will become an asset of the family and at the same time to the country also. And same story, the friend of Sakal was Vilas, belonged to same village Semapur. Vilas was a 11 years old boy. He also residing in the same village as Sakal. Vilas' father was Mahesh. His father name was Mahesh. He was a fisherman. And his father was passed away when he was 2 years old. And Vilas' mother was Geeta. What Geeta will do? Geeta will sold the fish to earn the money to feed the family. And from where she will bought the fish? She will bought the fish from the landowner's pond and sold in the nearby mandi. Mandi means market. And how much she will earn per day by selling the fish? 20 rupees to 30 rupees. And Vilas was very weak. He was a patient of arthritis. Arthritis means joints pain. That is called one type of disease. Joints pain is called arthritis. And he cannot go to the hospital because his mother cannot afford more money for his treatment, and he cannot go to school also. He is not interested in studies. Why? Because he was ill health. He cannot go to the school. And what he will do? Always he will help his mother in cooking and look after his younger brother Mohan. That only he can do. Not more than that, he can't do anything else. Sometimes if his mother fell sick, then what he will do? He will go and sell the fish in the same village. So mother is good, then she can sell the fish. Otherwise Vilas will go and sell the fish in the market, and he will come. They will earn a very meager income. Meager income means what? Less income. So by these two cases, what we have studied? In the case of Sakal, first of all, let us study about the case of Sakal. Sakal went to school and he was physically strong and healthy. And he acquired a degree in computer programming. Means he got a degree in computer programming. He got a job in a private firm. Several years of education and high rate of gives high rates of return in the future in the form of job in private firm and good salary. This is also added to quality of labor. This enhanced his total productivity. Total productivity adds to the growth of economy. Come to the case study of Vilas. Vilas did not go to school. He was a patient of arthritis. Arthritis means what? Joint pains. That is one type of disease. Joints and bones will get a lot of pain. It need more money to get treatment. And he lacks means to visit the doctor, means he cannot visit the doctor frequently because he was very poor, and government hospitals, these many facilities are not there because his disease is very big. Vilas continued with the same work as his mother. Henceforth, he draws the same salary of unskilled labor as his mother. There was a very little contribution in growth of economy. And vicious cycle. What is meant by vicious cycle? This is a cycle of complex of chain including parent and children. It is of two types: poor cycle and rich cycle. Poor cycle means if the people do not have enough money to invest on their children, so children become uneducated, due to which they had to do a low leveling work with the less income. Means not having enough money to invest on the children will be uneducated, their income is also very less. Rich cycle means rich people know the importance of education, so they will invest more money on their children to get education. In this way, rich people are becoming rich. But some countries, they can give more importance to the human resource, even though they are having only 4% of natural resources. That is called as industrialized country. Those goods are having very demand in the worldwide market. That is called as Japan. Japan is a South Asian country, and it invested more on the human resource, but they did not have any natural resource. They have only 4%. 4% natural resources Japan is having. But with that 4% natural resources, the Japan country invested more money on education and healthcare facilities. So human resource is the main capital for the Japan. So that is why Japan has become as a developed and rich country. They import the natural resources what they need for their country. They have invested on the people, especially in the field of education and health, and these people made efficient use of other resources like land and capital. Efficiency and the technology evolved by people have made these countries rich and developed. Thank you.